Don't subscribe to the old school way, nor the new school way. Only the optimal way. The 80-20 baseball experience with Coach Ball.
One change, double the productivity. A scrimmage delight. Yes, coaches, you can have your batting helmet-filled ice cream sundae. And of course, you can eat it too. But wait, there's more. You can have your sundae. You can enjoy the heck out of that sundae. And when you wake up the next day, your abs, they're going to look better than ever. This delicious dessert I speak of is known in the sports world as an intra-squad game, a Team A versus Team A scrimmage. Now, if you've seen the baseball classic, The Sandlot, you've seen a team intra-squad their way to beating their crosstown rival. And therefore, you've also seen Benny the Jet Rodriguez use those very same Team A scrimmages, those intra-squad games as a stepping stone to stealing home plate at Dodger Stadium. Sharing is less productive. Let's get hypothetical for a moment. Most of you, you're not full-time coaches, and you have a job in another industry. Imagine implementing a policy with your employees or with your coworkers that require them to share a necessary job tool such as a computer with another person. And without the use of that computer, no work gets done. The math becomes simple. The productivity gets divided in half, and probably more because of the transition times too. Why have half of your team on the bench when you could simply be on another computer? Why only be on offense when your team could be on offense and on defense at the same time? In sports, a team's productivity at practice is directly correlated to the number of quality repetitions they complete. Thus, don't be so quick to voluntarily split those precious practice at-bats, pitches, ground balls, fly balls, and base running opportunities with another team. Sharing those precious reps is what most teams elect to do by playing a Team A versus Team B scrimmage. This article will discuss the massive benefits teams lose by scrimmaging other teams rather than setting up an intra-squad Team A versus Team A game. Nothing new, just underused. Both the term intra-squad and the use of intra-squad games have been around for a long time in the sports world. They're nothing new. However, I believe today's collective coaching world greatly undervalues and largely underuses the scrimmage format known as an intra-squad game. The more common scrimmage type is known as an inter-squad scrimmage, in which two teams play against each other. Two different teams play against each other. A Team A versus Team B format. While the inter-squad format does have a couple pluses, the intra-squad scrimmage not only automatically doubles your team's ROI, or more aptly, your team's ROT, return on time, but it also gives you full control of the scrimmage. With double the reps and full control to orchestrate the scrimmage to best fit your team's needs, your team's skills can grow exponentially. Twice the reps. As we discussed, inherently an intra-squad Team A game facilitates at a minimum twice the amount of repetitions than that of a conventional inter-squad Team B, Team A scrimmage. Your team is not sharing the practice time with another team during an intra-squad game. Your team is not splitting the at-bats. They're not splitting the ground balls in half. They're not splitting the pop-ups, the fly balls, the pitches, the catcher blocking balls in the dirt. None of that is getting split in half with another team. Here's another way to look at it. Intra-squad, Team A games provide the same amount of reps for your players using half the time. A 1 hour intra-squad, a 1 hour Team A game will, on average, give your team the same amount of reps and the same amount of game experience as a 2 hour Team A, Team B inter-squad scrimmage. Let's say you don't want to do a 1 hour scrimmage. It's likely you want to go longer. A 2 hour scrimmage will net the same amount of game repetitions as that of a conventional 4 hour Team A versus Team B scrimmage. And 4 hours, I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit here. Team A, Team B scrimmages, 4 hours, that's not happening. All right, that's just not happening. I mean, you're going to lose the kids after 2.5 hours of a scrimmage. So a 2-hour intra-squad, a 2-hour Team A versus Team A scrimmage is going to net you the same amount of game experience and game reps. If done efficiently and correctly, it can even net you more than that as a 4-hour Team A versus Team B inter-squad scrimmage would. This simple change in your scheduling, it's a simple change in your scheduling, will net you an instant 100% increase or more on your team's training reps and game experience. Scrimmage control. By using intra-squad games, you and your coaching staff will have complete control over the scrimmage environment. And therefore, you can set up the game, you can set up the scrimmage in a manner that best fits your team's needs. Remember, your practice time should be used to maximize your team's improvement. Save the sharing for the official games in which you have no choice but to play another team. This is extremely valuable. So not only are you doubling the reps inherently by playing a Team A scrimmage, but when you get to control the entire scrimmage, you can implement things that make it so much more effective, more efficient, and you can create an environment that can be more fun, less stagnant, and you can just not only double the reps, but you can add another deal of efficiency on top of that and another deal of fun on top of that by controlling it and implementing your own strategies. Practice games with one team playing against a different team, well, they've become the default scrimmage type for most coaches. But don't be in such a hurry to schedule those scrimmages versus other teams. Team A versus Team B scrimmages are widespread, but intra-squad, those Team A scrimmages that we're talking about, are a much more efficient and effective way to spend your valuable training time. Thanks, but no thanks. Other coaches will likely try to set up scrimmages with you. Just politely say no. It may even be the norm in your area for teams to join a fall league or a winter league. Just don't do it. If you want to play a Saturday scrimmage or one scrimmage a month versus another team, but it's highly recommended from us here at 80/20 Baseball that you limit your Team A versus Team B scrimmages to every fourth scrimmage. So 75% of the time you play intra-squad, Team A versus Team A scrimmages. Like all of us, the late Steve Jobs of Apple may have had some flaws. He might have had some social flaws. But because he thought so differently about the right things, Apple's processes have been copied by a plethora of other companies. He thought differently. He wasn't somebody who just followed the herd. With that in mind, trust me on this and think differently about scrimmages. Think differently than most coaches out there. Don't just blindly follow the herd. Think Team A versus Team A. Fun times. Lastly, some coaches may believe their team will just have more fun playing against opposing teams, but my 3+ decades of baseball tell a different story. A well-structured and well-paced intra-squad Team A game will provide a platform for an abundance of fun times. With full control of the game, you can up the level of fun as you see fit. You can adjust it. You don't have to play an exactly traditional style game. You don't have to get input from another coach as to, can we do this or can we do that? You just do it. Nothing is less fun than scrimmaging another team that sits around chatting on the mound with the catcher and the pitcher, talk about who knows what, or just plays at an overall slow pace of game, or leaves a pitcher out there who's walking the world and not getting anybody better. Well, if that's your pitcher, you can pull him out. You can create an environment. You can substitute him out for another pitcher that's ready to go, and then maybe bring him back later or tell him to go get his work in the bullpen. But you're keeping the game efficient, and that's a small example of how controlling the environment of a scrimmage can be super beneficial and a lot more fun for your team. Competitive advantage. There's a huge competitive advantage sitting here, ready to be taken advantage of. The undervaluing and the underuse of intra-squad, those Team A scrimmages, provide a substantial competitive advantage for the coaches that do use them in lieu of the more popular Team A, Team B scrimmage. And if the intra-squad scrimmage is conducted optimally, the strategies and efficiencies and little things are put in to make it more fun, that fun and that competitive advantage is going to be a significant increase. All right, now to make it easy, as part of the 80/20 baseball membership, you have access to a proven and ready-made intra-squad guide. And this guide shows exactly how to set up and run an effective intra-squad Team A scrimmage. And it comes with a handful of proven tips that have been added in to optimize your team's fun and productivity. This has been Coach Bo. Thank you very much for your time.
This has been the 80/20 baseball experience.
This is a really good team, and so you have to earn everything you have against them and take opportunities when they present themselves.
Take it to the field.